You think we're gonna beat all these games?
Nope.
Backlog boys.
No, probably not. Hello, Jal.
Hey,
What up? You thought this was going to be chapter 6.
you was wrong.
You wrong.
Didn't we reveal at the end of the last one that it was 5X though?
Did we? Maybe.
I think we did.
Well, we broke your heart. It ain't unbroken no more.
We're gonna make it unbroken.
Yeah.
Because we're the boys and we bring you joys.
We do.
Tell us what's gonna happen today, Vaughn.
Well, we're going to Renval.
Renval.
Yep, that's
Is that
where
similar?
Ephraim's being held.
Is that similar to Renfest? Oh, Ephraim's being held.
Well,
Is it by a scantily clad lady,
Supposedly he's being held
or is he's being held prisoner?
I see what you're saying, yeah.
What a pleasant surprise, it's Master Walter. What's the situation, Torado? You have captured Ephraim, haven't you?
Dude, look at that slick back on the hair.
Dude, that guy on the left looks like he's made of like wood or something. He's got like a wood grain in his face. I guess those are supposed to be scars.
Or like, just like a really defined jaw, I guess.
Yeah, something's going
And like
on.
a scowl on his
Yeah.
eyebrow.
I'm gonna tear right into something here, Vaughn.
All right, hit me with
I
it.
got a crazy story. This was not from personal experience, but for the sake of the delivery of the story, I'm going to read it in first person.
Okay.
But let it be known that this was a friend of mine that posted this and not me. So this did not happen to me, but I'm going to read it as though it did because it's going to
Okay.
sound better that way.
Okay.
So here we go. I'm getting in character now. I was driving because that's a thing that people do, and I got behind a car. Normal. Then I noticed that the car in front of me is literally on fire. So I get out and I go knock on the window urgently, on account of the fire. Friendly dude bro rolls down his window, slightly confused. Hey man, I say, foregoing the normal pleasantries on the account of the urgency, your car's on fire. Dude bro glances back, sees the fire, and replies extremely calmly, oh, hey thanks man, I appreciate that.
Dude, bro.
I'm not satisfied that he's really vibing on the gravity of this situation, so I continue, do you need a hand? He thinks for a moment, then says, yeah, could you hold the dog for me? He hands me his very happy and friendly dog, which I escort to safety as the car continues burning in the intersection. He grabs a few other things out of the car and then joins me. I hand him the leash. He's very appreciative. We admire the still burning rear end of his car for a moment. Well, I guess I should call the fire department or whatever, ponders dude bro. But hey man, I really appreciate your help. We shake hands, I leave. His car is still crackling merrily in the intersection. Passers-by are looking. They are confused. I am confused. Dude bro doesn't seem confused, but something tells me he is a little. I do not understand. I will never understand.
Wow.
End of story.
This was a friend of yours.
This is a friend of mine, just posted that to his account
Whoa.
a couple weeks back, and apparently that really happened.
That's amazing. Dude, bro. Well, we've all met people like Dude, bro.
I mean,
I've met people like
you
Dude, bro.
have to be really zen or really high or some combination of the two to be in that sort of a state. Mm-hmm. So if anyone watching this knows Adam, or if Adam, you're watching this, I got to give you credit for that story, because I got quite a kick out of reading it on your page.
Not the Adam I know, right?
No, you don't know this Adam.
Okay.
No, not Megadad's Adam.
Okay.
That would be something.
That would.
This is a guy I went to school with. Yeah, I was quite entertained by that, and I felt the need to share.
That's amazing. Thanks.
Yeah.
That's it.
Could you hold the dog for me? That was the kicker for me. Just by the way, there's a dog in the
passes
car,
the dog
and he
out
just
the window.
maybe he didn't see the dog until it was handed to him.
Yeah. The dog's just like, okay.
He was unaware of the presence of a dog.
Oh my.
So anyway, Vaughn, what's going on in your world? What's going on with these handsome gentlemen? No, I'm more handsome. No, I'm more handsome. See how I'm scowling? But my hair is blonde. Girls love that. My hair is blue and it matches my piercing eyes. Oh, he must be right. Yes, sir. You are the most attractive.
You're right, sir. You're dashing.
Now that we've settled that, let's go to the front lines.
Essentially, so Ephraim is still in Grado fighting, right?
Okay. So we're getting a little bit of
But we've discovered
a parallel
now-
edit here.
Yeah, but we're discovering now that Ephraim is literally leading a band of 3 other guys.
Orson.
This guy. That's Orson.
Ooh, he's got a calm face.
He does.
He's like, hey, man, could you hold the dog for me?
He's like another Seth.
He's the dude, bro. His car is on fire. Understood. Bless you, Vaughn.
Some sneezes this session.
So Kyle, Ford, and Orson.
Yep.
Those are Ephraim's 3
and
guys.
Ephraim, of course.
Right. The
So,
leader of the gang. You know him
Yeah.
well.
Orson's a paladin, just like Seth. Over-leveled, won't get much experience, so we're just gonna not use him.
Okay.
Just like Seth.
Kyle
Kyle and Ford are both Cavaliers.
Okay.
Pretty good stats. We'll probably end up using
Dude,
both of them.
Ford has no problem finding a girlfriend.
Yeah.
He has no issues.
Yeah. What do you call that when
He's got kind of like the peasant cut bangs
Yep.
and then the ponytail. He's got that Jim Hawkins haircut.
Look at that smile, dude.
Dude.
The smile in the eyes.
Get him off the screen. God.
Stealyogirl for him.
Yeah,
Or
Stealyogirl.
was Ford.
_X.
Yeah. But yeah, so we now know that Ephraim is
Stealyogirl.
That's who he is, man.
That's. Is there a subreddit for that?
Maybe. Probably.
r/Stealyogirl.
Sounds right.
I bet there is. I'm gonna find out.
So just like with Seth, we're gonna get rid of Orson's weapons. So even if he gets attacked, he can't counterattack.
Okay, because we just want him to tank hits for some reason.
Yes, so like we're gonna lure this dude here.
Interesting.
I think we are ready here for the first turn.
Yeah. Are you confident in this
Yes.
chapter, Vaughn?
Yeah.
How does this chapter rank on the difficulty scale?
Not bad. It's pretty. You just kill a bunch of guys one at a couple at a time. You don't get mobbed, and there's not really much choke pointing that you need to do. Is there a Stealyogirl subreddit?
It doesn't look like there is a Stealyogirl subreddit, but I see a lot of things. It seems that Stealyogirl is always preceded by Mr. You have to be Mr. Stealyogirl.
Oh, okay.
And there's a lot of pictures
There's a
of
formal title
of
to
cats and guys trying to be cool. But the first post that I came up with when I searched Stealyogirl on Reddit, I can't even begin. Okay, I'm just gonna read this. It's gonna be horrible and lewd and crude, but I'm just gonna read this. All caps. Official DJ Tickle Tits, aka Gay Tuven, aka Chopping Up the Pussy, aka Stealyogirl, aka Sustin, aka the one, the only, the man who jerks off and his mother walks in. Reddit AMA comment thread.
Excuse me.
Who could be known as all of those things?
Excuse me.
Gay-
What?
Okay, my personal favorite there is Gay Tuven. Like it's spelled like Beethoven,
Gaytoven.
but with gay instead of BEE.
that is so
Gaytoven.
incredible. What?
DJ Tickle Tits.
Is this dude like 2%
and that's
self-aware?
That's TITZ, by the way.
Tits.
There's 125 comments, so clearly people want to talk to this guy.
Okay.
Or girl. Could be a girl, I guess. Even though it says the one, the only, the man.
Okay, yeah.
Wow. And that's the only context that I can give you, folks. That was totally unexpected.
Yeah. To all of us.
So how does water work in this game? We have not had water terrain yet.
You just you can't. It's just a barrier.
Oh,
as
so
well
that's
be a wall
actually
here.
like actual deep
I
swimmy,
think it's a
swimmy
moat.
water.
I think this is the moat of the castle.
Okay. Because yeah, if you got a suit of armor on,
You're sinking.
you ain't doing any swimming.
No.
No matter how hard you stroke, which is a terrifying thought
Yeah.
if you're battling near water.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to fall in.
No.
Especially, yeah, if you're on like a bridge over a moat.
Oh, so Orson's just impenetrable.
For his low attack, yeah. Only 11. So he's probably got some good defense.
Yeah, he just
13.
took no damage.
That is a
So
good thing.
okay, does it work where if their attack is lower than your defense, you take no damage? Is it always like settled? It's settled
Yes.
by the difference.
Yes.
Okay.
So what if whenever you do damage, you have that much more attack than they do at defense, based on your weapon and attack stat or strength stat. So.
Right.
Oh, this is good. So Ephraim has a pretty sweet weapon called Regan Life, which is essentially a rapier except it's a lance.
Region leaf. How do you say that? Regan. There's so many ways you could pronounce that.
There is. It's probably some sort of lore to it, you know, some sort of like fable behind it.
That's what you think.
Yeah, that is what I think. Correct.
I'm gonna see if I can find it.
You double this guy? Oh, he does. Only with that.
Well, I'm finding. Oh, it's a Nordic name. It's the name of a Valkyrie.
Is he also known as Stealyogirl Regan Life?
Stealyogirl. It's actually Norse for Stealyogirl.
Old Norse, though.
It's a combination of RAGN, like the prefix of Ragnarok, and leaf or life. Let's see. It's the name. It just says that it's the name of a Valkyrie.
Interesting. Okay.
So that's kind of cool.
Valkyries are cool.
Ragnalife. So it's probably Ragnan.
What's Regan?
Regan.
Because the I is
Yeah.
before the N.
Yeah, they spell it REGIN, but it says it's a combination of Ragan and leaf or life. Well, that doesn't help me figure out how to pronounce it.
Nope.
But thanks, NordicNames.de.
Is that Denmark?
No, that's actually it could be Denmark. I thought German websites were .de.
Oh, okay.
Like
That could be.
Deutsch.
Yeah.
I think it's German websites. One of my guitar cases, my custom one, the silver one for my dual barrel roll guitar that has the Star Fox stuff on it. That's from a German website. I had to import that from thoman.de. If you're ever looking for some cool cases for your guitars, there's a good brand called Ritter.
So close.
Check
But
out
not enough.
thoman.de. They do ship internationally. What are you talking about, Vaughn? This guy did too much damage to you?
No, I did only 1 damage to him, or 1 too little damage to kill him. Wanted to kill him.
Dude, that
So actually, when
that guy's Gladius is huge.
yeah,
That sword is incredible.
that's a big sword.
It's like a flounder. So wide.
So the interesting thing about this is
damage.
when you start a chapter, all the enemies have like 2 or 3 different stat sets that they could have, or like all their stats are within a few points of each other. So like
So there's slight
sometimes you could
variations each time you do the chapter?
and it's not even like each time you play
Like a
on a
save?
file. It's each time you load the file. Like
Yeah. So there's no
always different, yeah.
like RNG manipulation to it. It can be different every time.
right. Well, there might be a way to manipulate it, but
Dude,
from
Ephraim
what I
just
can tell,
wrecked that guy.
Yeah. See, it's flashing because he's super effective.
Oh, that's right, because the spears are good against... Oh my god, and look at that roll.
Oh no,
freaking
it's because
stat.
his lance is like a rapier and it pierces armor. So that dude had heavy armor.
Oh, but
And he
aren't
shreked him.
spears good against armored guys? Or no?
No,
Rapiers are?
rapiers are. Yep.
Oh, but
With
his
Erica's
spear
weapon.
his spear functions like a rapier?
Yes.
Interesting.
Dead
So spears are effective against axes then?
against swords.
Against swords.
Yes.
Okay, that
Swords
makes
against
sense.
axes.
And then axes against lances, which doesn't really make sense, but just kind of completes the triangle.
Yep.
God, dude, every time I look at these like top-down tile sets like this, it makes me want to go into RPG Maker.
Yeah.
Yeah,
RPG Maker's cool.
it's very cool. I mean, we talked about this before. It's super time-consuming to make some of the smallest little things, but it can be really like rewarding and exciting.
Miss? Can we get a miss? Oh, okay.
Okay, so Ford and
Kyle.
are the Cavaliers.
Yes. Ephraim is a lord. It's kind of like his own special class.
Do you have a preference between these two Cavaliers?
We might use both of them because there's 2 different classes that
We're able to
Cavaliers-
get these guys? They don't just stay in like this parallel edit?
I suppose, yeah. Spoiler alert: we do get them.
Oh, cool.
Because we will be reuniting soon here.
Soon.
So Ephraim got a key here, I think. Yep. So we're gonna use this dude as a meat shield and open this.
Nice. Just let him get
Yep.
attacked.
Just let him get in here and get walloped a little bit.
And he's going to take the chests? Or
These guys have keys as well, yeah. So when we kill them, we'll get their stuff.
oh, you have to kill them to get the chests open?
Yep.
Got it.
And Ford hasn't been hit yet, so we aren't even gonna heal. So we don't have a healer. That's kind of the thing with this chapter, is you just have to use what
gotta
you
be
have.
careful.
Yeah. So Orson will be taking a lot of damage.
So you're trying to get these guys to come to you, or
Well, I want to get
you're just
out
trying
of
to
that
keep
choke
everybody?
point.
You're trying to keep everybody together.
Yeah, I just wanted him to be one tile up, so we didn't have to fight through the choke point there.
Right,
So we could just use all the guys at once. Just storm in, you know?
dude. Orson is just like a brick wall.
He is. You won't hit him much. Or Ford will double. Nope. So essentially, these guys can each. There's 2 different classes you can promote to with Cavaliers, and we'll want one of each of them. So it's kind of a toss in the air between who
you wanna
between
go one way
Franz,
and who the
Ford,
other.
and Kyle, who is the best for each category, and then who gets left behind, I guess.
So do we just kind of like look at how their stats have rolled and then choose according to that?
Yes.
Okay.
Pretty much. So what Ford
So
Ford
what?
has better. We want Ford to get a lot of speed,
Okay.
and we want his strength to get better though, because we want him to keep high speed. That's what keeps him useful, essentially.
Okay.
Is if he has high speed.
So between Ford and Kyle, we're hoping that Ford gets the better rolls because he has a better starting moveset or like a better starting stat pool.
No, actually, he has his stats. He just has different starting stats, I guess. They're not necessarily.
They're just balanced in a different way.
Yeah, he has better. He starts with. Oh, it's not enough. Okay. Maybe 57 hit. That's not good. We can live with that. But Kyle already starts out with pretty good like strength, health, and defense.
Okay.
So what would make Ford good is if he has a lot of speed that Kyle doesn't.
Oh, I see. So otherwise, Ford just is the one that gets dropped off if he doesn't get good speed.
Yes.
Okay.
We want him to have his niche, I guess.
Yeah, because
So-
if he does have good speed, he has usability over the other 2 guys.
And if Kyle gets good speed, that's still fine though, because then he has the best of both worlds.
Right.
So.
So yeah, we need both of them to get speed basically,
Yep.
and it makes our decision easier.
But every point that Ford will get in any other category is also really good, just so he can catch up.
Right.
While still getting like speed.
So he's
I
probably
guess.
the least likely that we'll use between the 3.
I guess Franz has done pretty good so far. Yeah. So yeah, Ford is probably, if he doesn't do super
Plus, you
well,
said he's your boy.
he is my boy. Franz. But Ford is actually one of my favorite characters in this game.
Oh, really?
Like I don't know if we'll see all of his support conversations, but
His
he's
stats just don't always hold up.
Yeah. He's a cool character though.
That's kind of cool how that can play out, where like you might like a certain character, but if their stats don't stack up, you might have to just leave them behind.
So one thing we have to watch for in this level is you only have 5 slots, and we can pick up, if we pick up something with more than and already have 5 items, we have to drop it because we don't have Erica with us with like the bank
Yeah.
or whatever. I don't remember what that's called.
So if your guys have 4 items and they use the key,
They still get something. If they have 5 though, and they
if the key is the 5th item, can they get what's in the chest or no?
Yes, 'cause they'll use the item.
The key will get used up before they get the item.
but if they like kill a guy and they have 5 items,
they just won't get the item.
yeah.
You don't even get a chance to like swap with something you have.
Well, you get to choose what you drop.
Oh, okay.
Um,
So you could potentially get something, but
Yeah, so like this is fine because we'll burn the key,
okay,
before we get the item.
I see.
But if we like had 5 items and then killed the guy with the key,
Yeah.
we would have to pick something. So we're just gonna stall him for a minute with the meat shield.
Nice.
That is Orson. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so a new Fire Emblem game actually just came out.
Yeah,
And
I was confused. I did not think it was a new game. I thought it was like another kind of like expansion type thing for the God, what are they called? Fates Revelation.
Oh, yeah,
And-
those guys. Oh, what did he picked up a lance from the chest.
You didn't want him to do this?
No,
Whoa, what is that? Is that a critical?
that was a critical. Yeah,
That was fatal.
yeah. So that's actually a really good lance, and that's a huge shame.
Oh, we didn't want to waste those uses.
Oh, well, I forgot that he would pick up the killer lance right there. Okay, well, no more of that for you, Orson. You're done. You saw your action.
Does it have a really high crit chance?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
like
okay.
the killer edge, which is
Do we have that?
yes, Joshua came with it.
Okay.
The boy in red.
Ah, yes. Mr. Fanta.
Mr. Fant.
Yes. That was my buddy on the forum that used him as his avatar.
Oh, right.
He was always known as some variant of Fantasy or Fanta as his usernames.
So yeah, the new game just came out, and
I saw like a really quick ad on like a YouTube video or something like that, and it looked like there was like dungeon crawling or something.
yes, there is
That was crazy.
in a Fire Emblem, yeah.
Yeah.
And
I was like, whoa, what is this?
so it's like a super old, I mean, it's the second Fire Emblem game. So
Okay.
it's like ancient by our standards.
So that would have been for the NES?
Yep.
Okay.
And it's like,
So it's basically it's basically a brand new game using its story and characters.
yes.
Because obviously
but they
it's-
reuse a lot of mechanics,
Okay.
which are not in Fates or Awakening,
Oh, okay.
which I got really excited for, and I hope
And this is on the 3DS, right?
Yes, and it should
Okay.
be the last one on the 3DS.
Okay.
From what it sounds like. It's 8 speed. Okay. It will more than likely be the last one, but one's coming out on the Switch next year, so that's
Have they announced
Okay.
that fully?
yes, confirmed. I don't know. We don't know what it is.
They don't have the
or-
title and they haven't shown anything.
Right.
But they've confirmed that there is one in the works.
Yes.
Yeah, they can sell a lot of Switches if that's as good as the 3DS ones have been. Because
they've
people
been very crowd pleasing.
Yeah, people are pretty happy with it.
Actually, so when Fates first came out, I said on the show that it was confirmed good. I haven't finished it. I haven't been able to keep up with it. I liked it a lot less the more I played it
Really?
compared to Awakening. Yeah,
I remember hearing a lot of people say that.
I think a lot
What
of
was the
new,
third one called? Revelations was the third one. What was the
Conquest,
Fates and Conquest. That's right.
Fates, Conquest, and
Was it
Birthright.
Oh, Birthright. What is Revelation? What am I thinking of?
Revelation is that's like the expansion one, kind of
Yeah.
the DLC one.
So, oh no, it was Birthright Conquest.
Yes, and then Revelations
Revelation was the expansion.
afterwards.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a soda. What am I doing?
What have you got, Vaughn?
I've got Red Rock.
Oh wow, I haven't seen one of those in a while.
Dude, this is good.
That's the cola, right?
Yeah. Do you see the
Yeah, a little indent in the bottle there.
Is that intentional? You think?
I wonder what that's for. I don't know if it's for like, it's probably for some like stocking or bottling purpose. Does this have caffeine in it?
Good
It
question.
does.
All right.
Nice.
Well,
I've had this before.
Okay.
God, it smells just like an RC.
Oh, Cal got a level up. Oh yeah, he got a good level up. That's right.
Ooh, that's pretty poppin'.
That is nice.
That's staunchy.
It is staunchy.
It's
That's a
thick.
good way to put it.
It tastes a lot
thick.
It tastes a lot like an RC as well. It's good. It's very good. It's like an RC made with cane sugar.
Yeah, it is like an RC a lot.
I've always been a fan of RC.
I like RC too.
I feel like I've talked about this before, but did you ever have RC Edge?
No.
They used to have an RC cola that you could get at like, your gas station or whatever. And it was an RC cola, but it had ginseng added to it. And it was
Okay.
it was kind of before like energy drink was a term. But that's basically what it was.
RC Edge.
And I was pretty addicted to it in like middle school.
Okay.
Like anytime we stopped at a gas station, I would like either always ask for one, or my mom or dad would know that was what I wanted, and if they were going to offer me something, they would offer me that, and I'd be like, yeah. Yeah. Which, looking back on it, it's probably not great that I was being given caffeine when I was 10. but
Yeah.
whatever. We knew less then.
We did.
It
As a
was the
species-
90s.
As a species.
Well, it was barely the 90s if I was 10. It could have... Whoa, he caught it!
We missed.
Oh, he was holding his spear. It
Yeah.
looked like he caught your spear.
That would have been.
That would have been
that
sweet.
would be so cool if he catches whatever weapon
Yeah.
is tossed at him.
You about to wreck him.
So yeah, the reason he does so much damage is because he pierces that armor. Yeah. Dead. 28 damage.
Threw him like a cab...
Oh, who?
Poke through him like a pack of ketchup.
So see,
That's what I was trying to
Ephraim's
say.
a god.
Holy shit, dude.
Ephraim's a god.
Does he have like really high luck stat?
I think
and he
he-
just gets insane rolls.
I think he just has great base stat growths, great base stats, and
That was
just-
every stat but luck.
yeah.
That was insane.
He's a god. He's never not bad. Or he's never not good.
Vaughn is on his knees for Ephraim.
I am. I praise the Lord Ephraim.
Oh, that's not what I meant.
Well, he is the Lord.
You sure?
Yeah. Lord.
Thanks for confirming.
In case you were wondering at home. Anybody?
I'm gonna pull up the Wikipedia page if I can for RC Edge. 'Cause
It exists?
Now I'm thinking about it. I doubt you can get
It's
it
like
anymore.
of a certain flavor.
What?
You think certain flavor Wikipedia pages exist?
Well, it's got to be at least like a subcategory on RC's page.
I suppose.
It looks like it's a subcategory on RC. Holy crap, there's a lot of variants of RC. Let's see if we can find it here.
That still won't kill. Okay, well, I guess Ephraim.
Huh. I always assumed that RC was like someone's name that invented it.
Yeah, it's Royal Crown, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Royal Crown. I knew that.
Oh, so I was saying that I hope that Echoes is a return to form of like the older Fire Emblems, because I thought Awakening was the perfect balance between fan pleasing to like new people, or I guess crowd, just mass appeal to everybody, and still being enough for an old school Fire Emblem fan to really like them. And Fates was a step in the other direction. Like it wasn't as well balanced in serving both of those groups, I guess.
Okay.
So I'm hoping that Echoes, since it's supposed to be like a return to older mechanics, as well as being a re-release of that game to people who have never played it before, who are in the Americas or the West, I guess in general. Hoping that it
does well.
it is like an alternate to Fates, where it's like we know that Fates was more for new people, so here's
the hardcore
Echoes
one.
if you want to be hardcore. Yeah,
That's cool.
like if you're not hardcore unless you live hardcore. School of Rock.
Such a great film. So I was wrong about RC Edge. RC Edge just had extra caffeine, and the one that had guarana in it was called RC Kick.
RC Kick. Okay. What is Guarana exactly? What is it?
Or
what
wait,
does it
no, I
do?
said ginseng, didn't I?
You did say ginseng.
I swear it had ginseng in it, and that makes sense because RC Cola Edge was introduced in 1999, and this guarana one wasn't until 2010.
Wait, what are the two? It's Edge and
Kick.
Kick.
So I never would have had this RC Kick because it came out in 2010.
Does it have a kick to it?
I swear the RC Edge had ginseng in it, but I could be wrong. Dude, RC has quite a history here. They released the first diet soda. The first diet cola.
Interesting. That's really interesting.
They made the first Pop Top soda can.
Really? What was before that? What was before?
Pop Top? Well, it would have been bottles.
Oh, it would have been all bottles. Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay.
This says the first caffeine-free RC cola, so it probably wasn't the first caffeine-free cola.
Okay. But it was the first diet cola.
They did make the first diet cola.
Really, I don't know why I
and
find
the
that so
first
interesting,
Pop
but-
Top soda can.
Did you see this damage? Dude,
36 times 2.
Dude, he's a god.
He's gonna kill him in one hit anyways.
Yeah. He doesn't even need the 2 hits.
Wow.
He's a god.
Wow. There was an RC Dracola. introduced in 2012 as a sugar-free red-colored cola introduced to the British market as a special edition for Halloween, featuring a glow-in-the-dark label,
That's pretty fantastic.
like Dracula.
yeah.
Wow.
Dracula.
That's something. Apparently there was an RC lemon at some point too.
Did you remember? I think we talked about Pepsi Twist before.
Oh, dude, I was way into Pepsi
I
Twist.
was deep into Pepsi Twist.
Until I found out that Pepsi was like the most gut rot soda ever, and it was like the least healthy of all the terrible ones.
When we go here, that's fine.
So we think of Coke and Pepsi as the two like front runners in the Americas, but RC is the number 2 with Coke in Israel. And
Very interesting.
And it is the top selling cola brand in the Philippines.
That's interesting. The Philippines.
It is weird too, because I feel like I've seen like 80s movies in like those parts of the world where you see a lot of like RC branding.
Yeah, you really do think of.
Like, for some reason, when you tell me that RC Cola is big in Israel, I'm like, yeah, that makes sense to me. And I have no idea why.
That
maybe
checks
it's-
out.
Yeah, that checks out with my brain. Maybe that's some kind of subliminal understanding that I have seen in movies and advertising or something. Oh my god, I found an article from February 1st, 1999 about the RC Edge.
Really?
RC pumps up new Edge with caffeine, ginseng. Boom! I was right.
Oh, it doesn't. So it
Despite
has
trendy
both.
ingredients, teens are still target. Wait, that doesn't make sense. This article was really published in 1999. This is crazy that it's just here.
Yeah. It's on the internet. It's from 1999.
Yeah.
Is it in like a newspaper? Is that why?
Advertising Age, adage.com. I mean, there are websites that have been around since 96.
There are.
So it's possible.
All right, Ford. Let's see you kill.
Wow, apparently there was an energy boosting brand called Battery
Battery.
back in the 90s. Yeah, see, they don't even call it an
remember-
energy drink.
You remember Vault, right?
Volt or Vault?
Vault.
What? No, what was Vault?
Interesting. No one remembers Vault, I guess. It was a. Orson's actually low.
On health?
Yeah.
Like how low?
9 out of 34.
How low can he go?
That's a good question. Let's check out. He's at 13 defense. This dude's got 16 attack. That's just fine.
This is a ridiculous article. Teenage boys say they want everything, said the senior VP of marketing, including maximum taste, maximum energy, and fizz. Thus, Edge's package graphics totes maximum power, which is printed in red on the dark blue label. This is not just RC with caffeine. And then just in all caps, it just says more than just a kick as its own paragraph. Wow.
Yes.
This was definitely written in 1999.
More than just a kick. Enter, enter.
Bracket BR bracket. Close bracket. 50% more caffeine than regular RC. Research showed teens aren't looking for that kick alone.
Jesus
They
Christ.
don't want us.
Teens.
They don't want us to scream caffeine. At the end of the day, if it didn't taste great, it wouldn't work. This is fantastic.
What the fuck? This is pretty amazing.
It's really weird
12.
that like energy drinks were invented before energy drinks were a term. Mm-hmm. Because we use that term so. Oh, I see. Those are supposed to be like headers. There's another one that says $1 million for ads. So that was supposed to be like a header.
It was $1 million ad campaign?
Yeah, that's pretty small actually.
In the 90s though.
Yeah,
It seems bigger.
ad spending for Edge will be about $1 million this year, a minuscule figure compared with other new cola product. Oh, it was the same year as Pepsi One. Remember Pepsi One?
I do, yeah.
It was like the first like low calorie. That ad campaign was $100 million.
Okay.
In its first year.
Wow.
Dude, I remember that being everywhere. And I didn't even know what it was, and I just wanted to try it. Mm-hmm. And then I tried it, and I was like, "Oh, this is disgusting."
That's bad.
Great job, Kyle. You know, you've been great in Mario RPG, but you're sucking in this game already, bud.
You're on thin ice.
Wow. Right in the article, rather than give out sample cups, RC plans to give away 20-ounce bottles where kids hang out, whether a mall or a basketball court.
Yeah, this is definitely from at least 15 years ago.
That used to be a thing, people,
Yep.
and that used to be okay. If your kid came home in 2014 and said, "Yeah, we were hanging out at the park, and this guy came and gave us a soda, said he worked for the soda company," your mom would be on the internet, on the phone, just she'd lock you up. You'd never leave again.
Yep.
She'd be like, "Did you take a picture of him with your phone so we can post him to the suspicious persons subreddit?"
Yes.
Yep. God,
It's true though.
it is. Oh wow. Dallas shout out in here. Radio will include links with the station's RC as identified as having the word edge in their call letters or promotional names, such as KDGE in Dallas. It's true. 1021 The Edge.
Really?
We used to listen to it
The
because it was KDGE.
Okay.
So it's one letter off. That's exactly how they used to say it, by the way.
The Edge. Yeah. There's like a hard rock kind of thing.
It's a layup.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like when alternative music got really big, they played all the alternative stuff.
Okay.
And I don't know what they play now, but because I'm obviously not listening to Dallas radio anymore. I suppose I could probably go online and listen to it, but
You could probably stream the crap out of it.
this is weird, man. There's just a bunch of old news on this website. I could just pretend like it's 1999.
Some people want to.
Yeah, I don't blame them. 1999 was pretty fucking rad.
Would you say?
Yeah, dude, it was
It was
great.
rad.
Let's see, 1999, I was in the 4th grade.
Oh, Orson's got one.
And I was just playing a ton of video games, playing a bunch of Pokemon, and just thinking about all those like all the commercials and movies and everything that was in popular media at the time was just so like joy filled.
For you, yes.
Well, I like to think that
for you and
I
at the
like to
time?
think that the mass of popular media was like that.
Yeah.
Like the 90s were just all about like, yeah, fun, awesome, cool. It wasn't like, oh, let's make some like dark, reflective and contemplative. And plus that was like the apex before the downfall of like everything being controlled by like all media being controlled kind of corporately.
Yeah.
Like there was no like DIY things that could make it to the stature of the corporate backed things, you know, whether it be the movie industry or the music industry or gaming or anything. Like there were no indie games.
Nope.
There were no indie films that had the reach of the same reach as a Hollywood movie. There were no indie bands that like made it
Yeah.
on the level of a label band. You know, that was like the height of that era.
Is it Tax 9?
Where there was like that barrier to entry to everything. Wow. And then that all crashed in like the mid 2000s when the internet got more powerful and people started realizing they could do things on their own and all these middlemen started getting cut out. What a time to be alive, Vaughn.
The 90s.
Only just like living through that transition.
Yeah.
I suppose if we were like 10 years older, we'd have a lot more to say about that.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, look at those Zelda stairs.
Down there?
Yeah, or Dragon Quest or Final Fantasy. They're just perfect little RPG Maker stairs. Are we going to use those stairs?
No, we are not. Stairs would...
It just means like people can come from there.
Yes, and
you can't
not
actually
in
go
this chapter, but they could in
other areas.
I guess in general.
But you can't like interact with them at all.
No, not
Okay.
in this chapter. Well, no, I guess not in any chapter.
Okay.
Sometimes they are where reinforcements come from. Though.
Do you know if there's any Fire Emblem tabletop games?
That is a really good question. That sounds like a Japan thing. for
Official.
sure.
Dude, there's gotta be, because that would be crazy cool. They're starting to make like electronic tabletop games. Have you seen any of those?
Yeah, I have.
Where the board is just like a screen.
Oh, that's bad. That we missed. Oh, that's all. That's fine.
Wow, 2 extremely rare misses. How did he miss 92? God.
I don't know, man.
What's wrong, Ford? Swinging your sword?
That was Kyle. Kyle missed.
Oh, Kyle missed.
Yeah. Kyle is currently the one
Ford
dropping
never
the ball.
misses. He's built Ford tough. Kyle should have named him Dodge.
Oh, he got speed. That's good.
Nice, dude.
So far Ford has a little bit of the edge here. The edge.
The RC Edge.
Edge. Kid seat's only $10 because it's only the edge.
Yeah, I was waiting for it, dude. I was waiting for it.
The edge. The edge.
Water is so good right now. It's been a long day, folks.
It has been for us.
It's been a long day of throating.
Throating, like talking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just talking and running my mouth like an idiot.
Like an idiot. Like a buffoon.
I mean, that's what we do.
Like a boy.
We just run our mouths while we play games.
Blab.
Yeah, that's all we're doing.
Oh, Kyle, can you do something better this time?
Come on, Kyle.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't really need Constitution.
Well, Constitution only changes during
Res would be nice.
class changes.
Oh, it can't go up from a level up?
No.
But Res can?
Yes. Resist. That's like
Magic defense. Yeah.
So.
I know.
Okay.
You trying to do a Seth impersonation, but higher?
No. That was just come on, okay.
That was the calm down.
Yeah.
Without words.
Look at this. Do you see those stats over there on the right
Hit
side?
100.
You can't miss.
You
His
can't
crit
miss when
was-
it's 100, right?
No, you can't.
You can't.
Impossible. Not only improbable, but actually impossible.
Yeah, dude. Boo-doo-doo-doo.
So if I remember correctly, this guy on the right has an elixir that he gives us when he dies. So we just have to make sure we have space
Oh, cool.
with whoever kills him.
So can you tell me, going back to the Fire Emblem Echoes thing, because the whole dungeon crawling
Sure.
aspect of it immediately interests me.
Piques your interest?
Do you know, like, anything yet about, like, how it works, or, like, to what extent of the game that is, or do you not know about that yet? Not know that much about it yet.
So I know it was in the original game.
Really?
It was in.
So
there's
there's not
some-
all this, like all the other games are. Because all the other games are only this, right? Even, like, Awakening and the new ones, there's no, like,
Fates has a little bit of like
free movement.
a little no free movement. It has a screen like this that's like a hub world where you can like walk around and just interact with stuff, kind of like a top-down, just any
Okay.
other top-down game in like a village or something.
But it's not free movement. It's just like a menu screen that
No, it
looks
is
like your
free
character's
movement.
moving
It
around.
is.
Oh, it is free movement.
But it's not. You don't fight on it. There's no enemies to
Right.
interact with.
Yeah, it's not like, yeah,
Yeah,
not really heavy gameplay.
but some sort of, I believe, some sort of dungeon crawling was built into the original Gaiden game. Yes,
that is interesting.
and I don't know exactly how. I watched a little bit about it when I first heard about Echoes being a thing when it was announced.
I'll have to check it out. What's the original game called?
Fire Emblem Gaiden,
Oh, that's right.
which you said is side story.
Yes, that just means side story in Japanese, apparently.
Reportedly.
Which I did not know until very recently. Which makes me very confused as to what Ninja Gaiden is.
Ninja side story.
Yeah, like, is there a main story somewhere that we're not getting, or
That's 7.
maybe the meaning is kind of lost in translation. Like
Yeah,
it's like
it could be.
it's like it's like an anecdote, or it has like an anecdotal connotation. I don't know.
But to me,
Yeah, nice try, bud. See ya.
Fire Emblem Gaiden the Gaiden remake looks really cool. And I have high hopes for it, but I haven't played it at all yet.
Okay, so how many Fire Emblem games are there? Do you know? Main Fire Emblem games,
I
not
want to say 14 or 15,
Oh wow.
if you count Fates as like one,
Right.
because it's all the same characters and stuff.
Right.
What
So-
is this? Because it's 7.
How many were there on the NES? Just the first two? Fire Emblem and then Fire Emblem Gaiden?
I believe so. And then I
just-
believe everything after that is SNES, followed by...
PS1.
No. I think only SNES. followed by Game Boy.
Really? There was none on the PlayStation?
I don't think so.
Wow. I'm gonna look
I think
it
it
up.
was Nintendo only.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna look it up. Show me the Wikipedia page. There we go. Okay. Same composer for all the games.
Are you serious?
According to Wikipedia. Like this is like the series
The series page.
and there's just one composer name. And then it has like all the platforms. So
Wow. I wonder how. That's insane.
the first release was Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon and the Blade of Light
Yes.
in 1990. So the one for the DS that's called Shadow Dragon is a remake of the original?
Yes.
Okay.
But we don't talk about Shadow Dragon.
Yeah, apparently that one's terrible.
They released the sequel to that game, which I think is the third game,
Let's look at it here.
in Japan only, which was apparently a lot better than Shadow Dragon.
Yep, so there was,
Shadow Dragon
there was
remake.
2 on the NES and then 2 on the SNES, Mystery of the Emblem and Genealogy of the Holy War. And then what is this? Oh, no, there's a third one on the SNES. Thracia 776, yep.
Sounds right.
What is this? And then Game Boy Advance, Binding Blade, which looks like Roy.
Yes.
And then Fire Emblem 7,
Roy's our boy.
Sacred Stones, Path of Radiance GameCube, Radiant Dawn, Wii, Shadow Dragon DS, New Mystery of the Emblem.
That's the
DS.
remake that did not come to America, which is apparently way better than Shadow Dragon remake.
So this is a remake of the same game.
Remake of the sequel to Shadow Dragon, the original sequel, which is the third game.
So it's Mystery of the Emblem.
Yes.
Oh yes, New Mystery of the Emblem. Wow. Japan
New-
likes to be
new
really
3DS.
straightforward with their remake names.
New.
And then
3DS.
Awakening was in 2012. Fates, Heroes, Echoes.
Awakening was.
Don't forget about Fire Emblem Warriors, Vaughn. That's gonna happen. Are you into that at all?
I feel like I could be into that.
A game was initially in development for the Nintendo 64 and
Yes.
the 64DD.
Fire Emblem 64.
Yes. It was actually revealed by Shiggy in 97. But
Is that Shigeru?
Yeah,
Miyamoto?
but they canned it when the DD failed to launch.
The DD.
The 64DD disk drive. The Nintendo 64 disk drive.
Oh,
Because that's what they're going to make the Fire Emblem game for.
interesting.
But they canceled that project because the GameCube was so close.
Damn it!
What happened?
I goofed it.
Oh, you lost the elixir?
Well, no, we're gonna lose the vulnerary, but makes me want the elixir.
Oh,
But
okay.
I killed him with 5 items already. Forgot about that.
I distracted you.
Yeah, but that's okay. That's elixirs or vulneraries or whatever.
Apparently, what became
biggie.
what became Binding Blade was what the work was done for Fire Emblem 64.
Really? That is intriguing.
A different title for the Wii was planned, but after some trial and error, the project was canceled. No Fire Emblem title was planned for the Wii U.
Yeah, that's great.
He said such a game would. The creator said that the game would need to sell 700,000 copies to be profitable.
Though, yeah, Awakening was very, very much the saving grace of Fire Emblem. It would have, the series would have literally ended.
Oh, that makes sense.
If Awakening was not successful.
Oh yeah, it was not
in dire straits.
like known or thought highly of.
7 attack? That is garbage.
So
Enemy guy.
Fire Emblem Gaiden, those events take place during the events of the first game.
Okay.
So it makes sense for them to call it a Gaiden because it's a side story.
Good job, Ford.
In 1994, Mystery of the Emblem was released for the Super Famicom, containing a remake of the first game and a sequel, continuing the story of the first game.
Cool. That's
That's
what the
neat.
third game was.
Yeah, the third game is apparently it contained a remake and a continuation of the story. That's pretty sweet.
So that's what Mystery of the Emblem original was.
Yes, on the Super Famicom. And then Holy War came out in 96, and then the third one came out in 99. They released a SNES game in 1999 in Japan.
Oh, wow, yeah.
That's crazy.
That is late.
That is crazy. Binding Blade was originally announced as Maiden of the Dark. And then the Sword of the Flame was a prequel to Binding Blade,
Yes,
released the following year.
Blazing Sword in America.
Did we get that one?
That's Fire Emblem 7.
Oh, Fire Emblem 7.
Fire Emblem.
The one that's just called Fire Emblem is called the
Yep.
Sword of the Flame.
Blazing Sword.
In Japan, it's called Sword of the Flame.
Well, I think people call it Blazing Sword
Now?
as as what would have been the American translation,
Oh, okay.
I guess.
I see.
If that makes any sense.
Interesting.
Because we don't want you to die.
And then there was Sacred
Orson,
Stones.
which we're playing.
I remember trying to play the GameCube one on GameFly way back in the day, and
Path of Radiance.
I did not make it barely a lick through the game, and I was like, yeah, I don't know how to do this. Send it back.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Oh, ninth! Ephraim's a god. He's killing this dude in one hit, and he hasn't even been touched yet.
What does Flux mean?
That's his attack.
Oh, so he's called a soldier, but he has like magic and stuff.
The class name or the faction of these guys is soldier.
The faction.
Yeah,
Okay, but he's actually a shaman.
yeah, because it says like Army of Grado.
Interesting.
Blah, blah, blah. And then, like if for the creepy crawlies, this would have said like monster. And then if for like
I see. So he's just
brigand.
it's just letting you know that he's like
That's his allegiance.
he's in the military.
He's in the
not like
Grado army.
He's not like a
Yeah.
bandit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, Ephraim, you are
See
a god.
Vaughn, just suck his dick already. Jesus. So what was... It's not that I don't believe you. I just want to know. What was so bad about Shadow Dragon? Like, why is it so universally panned?
It is universally panned.
Is it like what is it? Is it just the mechanics didn't happen well? Is it like
the graphics?
Is it poorly made? It's the graphics.
The graphics are bad. I mean, it's 3D. It's DS.
Okay.
But like, look at how like these graphics aren't great, but like they look.
I love sprites.
Yeah, they're
so this looks great to me.
They're so good looking.
Let's look at the reception tab.
Shadow Dragon, like
Shadow Dragon got great scores review wise.
it did.
Gameplay was generally well received.
It was a step. It felt like a step backwards
Convenient
from
features.
all of these games, the GBA games.
It looks like it was well received upon its release, and then in retrospect was thought of as a poor game.
Yes, and then if what people say who like ported the remake of its sequel they say like that Shadow Dragon should have been what that game is, and I haven't touched that game. The new mystery of the Emblem.
Yeah.
Haven't touched that game at all. But what people say is that
So that game's been remade twice.
yeah.
That's crazy.
So it was remade on the same system then, because
that game's been remade
that's
3
NES.
times because the SNES Mystery of the Emblem had the original game remade in it plus more stuff. So the Mystery of the Emblem remake for DS is probably a remake of that SNES game that contains both games.
Probably.
And then Shadow Dragon is just a remake of the original.
Yeah.
So theoretically, if the new Mystery of the Blade on DS is good, then you would just want to do that because you'd get both games.
But Japan only.
But I'd have to look into it. I guarantee you there is a fan translation.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
I guarantee it.
Check us with those numbers.
Does he have a lateral lisp?
I don't know.
Imbecile.
Zonta.
Zonta. Dude, he's got that huge wide sword.
Yeah.
You know, if I lose my balance, I'll slice my head right off. Better just chill on the throne and keep my equilibrium sound and safe.
Go ahead, Kyle.
Yeah, it's weird knowing that everybody hates that game and then seeing like on the Wikipedia page that like it did really well and was reviewed well at the time.
It actually sold horribly.
Oh yeah, I did see that it only sold like 180,000 copies.
I don't know.
Who knows? Maybe those reviews were bought and paid for.
For me, it was kind of like Fates. Similar, kind of like Fates in that I didn't like it. It didn't feel as good as playing all of the previous games felt.
Sure. And you had played a pretty good amount of Fire Emblem by the time that came out?
Yes, I had played. Well, by the time I knew about it, I guess I don't know that I was aware of the series when.
That's right. You came to it later.
Yes,
because that came out in 2008.
I might have. No, I probably would have just started playing the other games at that point then. Give Kyle a hit. Oh, 1 HP. Okay.
That sucks. Is he gonna hit
fine.
back? No. Well, I'm just assuming we wanted him to get the level up. Who do we want to get the level up? Who needs it the most?
We could give it to Ephraim.
Teacher's pet.
So we need to decide something next episode.
Oh, really?
We need to, I guess, in the next couple episodes, what path do we take? We haven't talked about that at all.
Well, you have not yet revealed what the paths are, so...
Well, one follows Ephraim, one follows Erica.
Oh, we have to choose which story we want to play?
We do.
Dang. And it just locks out the other story?
Well,
You don't get to see any of it?
it happened.
Or
you
it
hear about
happens, but you don't get to play it?
Correct.
Dang.
And then there's
We'll
so
never
they
defeat
split
him
up.
now.
Oh, get him.
Yeah,
Ephraim.
Were we merely pawns?
So essentially, what happened was, we'll probably see.
That reminds
it
me of
here.
the last dungeon from Dark Cloud. Like,
Yeah.
not the bonus dungeon, but the
Yeah.
last one.
Look at his every
God, dude.
He's a god.
He's OP.
He's a god.
He's the original
And
poster.
that doesn't go away. The original post.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, so one thing we want to do here quick is arrange our weapons the way we want,
Before we end this mission.
because they will appear in a later chapter as they are right now, but with full health.
I see.
So we don't want him to have all the elixirs. We probably want Kyle to have one. So I just hit wait. That was not what I wanted to do.
This is pretty tech worthy right here, though.
The silver sword he can't even use right now. So whatever. Who wants good fourth javelin? And then we'll end the chapter. As victorious boys, huh?
Yeah, dude.
I would say.
Seize a designated point to complete the chapter.
We'll do it.
Huzzah!
So essentially, you know how his quote was like, we were just pawns?
Yeah, the guy we killed.
Essentially, Walter and his little dude, the slick back sideburns guy.
With the wooden face?
Yep.
Yep.
Well, we're about to find out. They were here. They abandoned the castle, left behind a bunch of mercenaries to lure us in.
To like flashbang so they could escape or something?
No, to lure us into taking the castle so we would be cornered.
Oh.
Because
And weakened.
they were struggling to find Ephraim because he's too elusive.
Oh, so they baited
He's a
us.
slippery snake with his little band.
Holy moly. Those dragons?
Yeah, those are wyvern riders.
Still prefer wyvern. Even though it's
Wyvern.
completely incorrect.
And no one else says it.
No, apparently nobody else says it that way,
maybe,
but
maybe the act of you saying it here.
yeah, maybe I'll just insert it into
get
the
it.
lexicon.
The lexic, that's a word.
Yeah, it is. And that is the correct pronunciation, too. I just find it easier to say than wyvern.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I like your little band of bravos. Love that.
Bravos.
Yeah.
Did you like that alliteration?
The BB, the Backlog boys. Damn.
He's looking at us. He's waiting for a response.
He's looking
He's
through the screen at us.
He's like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
You guys like that?
That's who I'm talking to. Talking to the boys. Now, be good lads and drop your weapons, yes? Shut up, Tom Hollingsworth. With your blue hair and your sweet armor.
He does have sweet armor, like that red.
Yeah, the little
on the shoulder. there.
emblem, emblazoned. Perhaps with fire.
Perhaps it's a burned on there. That'd be kind of cool.
No, it was emblazoned with fire. It's a fire emblem.
Oh, I see.
Come on, Vaughn.
I didn't see that.
Come on! You should have seen that coming like a truck
Yeah,
with the headlights on and the horn blaring.
I love that when like you're so dismissive of a person that you like pretend to not even remember their name.
Yeah.
And you're like struggling to remember it.
Hey, listen here, Johnny.
Ephraim just pulled that.
So it's like this, Craig.
So
I've had that happen to me in real life, and it makes you feel like nothing. Mm-hmm. It's terrible.
imagine when that's like your enemy.
Yeah.
That would get to you. He doesn't even know.
Especially in
He's
like
fighting?
especially in like Japanese culture, because it's like a very like respectful and honorable thing to give your name. Mm-hmm. Like
Okay.
like no one is expected to give their name. So like, you know, it's like if you best someone in combat and they're going to die at your hand, the last thing that they want to know is your name. You know, and then that's like you're giving them an honorable death by giving them your name as they die.
Okay, that's interesting.
And on that note,
Isn't Japan have like, wouldn't like samurai say like death, like haikus, but like as you were dying, you would like say, there were like death poems to recite
that sounds believable, but I can't confirm it.
You weren't there?
Yeah. So should we close this one out, Vaughn?
Yeah, we are.
It's time to end this chapter.
We're good to go here.
We're gonna manage some characters, and next week
we'll be back with the girls.
Chapter 6.
Erica and
we're going back to that parallel edit?
Yep.
Man, I'm really sad that we're not going to get to keep playing
Switching
both sides of the coin here. It's going to be tough to make a choice.
Both sides of the branching path is really cool.
Okay.
They both are really cool. So.
Well, next week we'll find out possibly which way we're going to go.
Yeah. We'll talk. We'll have to decide.
Stick around for Mario RPG on Wednesday.
Yes.
And Majora's Mask on Friday.
And be sure to check out all our stuff, all the snack log,
all our stuff,
Twitter,
Twitter,
streams.
Hit us up. We'll be
Facebook.
streaming at the end of the month, drinking some gross sodas if you throw some tips in the tip jar, and playing some games and connecting with you. Hopefully, we do want to hear from you.
We do. We love hearing from you, actually.
And yeah, let us know what you're thinking, what you're feeling. We'll see you next time
for the show.
We the boys.